But first of all, I'd like to turn to Texas a little bit, which is one of the latest examples we've seen of terrible flooding in the US. I think there were over 130 people including children died, and many businesses were impacted. Could you walk us through a little bit why the impacts of these floods were so devastating, and whether there's any link between what the government's doing and what actually happened on the ground?
Like most people, I thought, it must be these cuts to the US government that has had a big impact here. And I think that will kind of continue to be litigated, like literally and figuratively, over the coming years. But the main message was actually that the infrastructure just was never there in the first place. So this county hadn't really invested in it. They'd kind of decided it was a bit too expensive, even though they had looked into it. But I think another really big theme of this was this kind of like, I guess, is it cognitive dissonance? I don't know. This like kind of human refusal to accept that even though this was a known floodplain, this was quite a kind of unpredictable river. It had flooded dozens of times over the past century. Some of these cabins at Camp Mystic were built literally not just in floodplains, but in floodways, which is where the river kind of naturally flows during flooding events. And people just kind of choosing to ignore that, thinking maybe the early warning systems that were in place, which I think was text messages, would be sufficient. And even in the aftermath, I mean, I've read so many articles about this, and so many locals, are just saying, there's nothing that will keep me away from this river. So the government can do so much, and this government has shown that it is not going to even do that. But I think a lot of it is deeply psychological.